Welcome to the Burrow.
A podcast where we discuss our favourite books and have a bit of a laugh. Hi, I'm Chloe.
And I'm Megan, and I use any pronouns, and I'm from Canada.
I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from the UK.
So how are we doing today?
I mean, it's been a while because we've both been very busy.
We've been very busy this summer.
And obviously, because our time zones are very different, it's either very early for you or very late for me that we kind of end up doing it.
Yeah, and I worked like the whole summer, so.
Yes. But now we're both 19.
Oh my God, yeah, we're both 19 now. It feels weird.
It does. I have some friends turning 20 this year, so it's kind of sucks for them.
It feels weird because we're both at university, but I know I can learn a map of the school pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And the first year was COVID, so I didn't really get a full chance to look around. I did look around myself.
Yeah.
I know where things are. But it's weird telling people where things are, and I kind of barely. I've only been here like 1 year, and it was COVID. So
Yeah, that's really sad because for I think most universities here, or like most of my friends were all like in-person classes, maybe like a few online lectures or something. But I think most of it was in person.
Yeah,
but
I wish, but no.
but now you get to like actually see people in person instead of just like being stuck behind a screen, which I guess is nice.
I mean, it's not bad. Like my courses last year were just like lectures, so they weren't bad.
Yeah.
But this year is actually I need to do like actual like hands-on stuff. So it's nice to be in person.
Yeah, that's nice. Rather than just like sitting down and like taking notes for a lecture, you're actually like doing something practical.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so um our first little section is our Canada/English discourse thing. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go
Sure,
first?
I can go first.
Okay.
This is okay, so we've had this conversation in our little group chat and also among ourselves. Okay. Yeah, my topic for like the UK Canadian discourse was like the job applications thing.
Oh,
Yeah, if you're from not if you're from like not from the UK or not from Canada, like America or somewhere else, like America as in like United States, let us know in like either the comments or on Instagram how it is for you. Because for Chloe, you were talking about how your like job applications have like a lot of like questions about yourself, like your
yes,
like
yeah.
sexuality, your gender, your race.
Yeah, it's basically like a kind of like a I think, don't quote me on it because I could be wrong, a diversity policy type of thing, so that they know like if you fill it out and you're in one or like maybe more minority groups, that most people like either don't get the opportunity or are discriminated against.
Yeah,
And then
that makes sense.
yeah, and then also not with every job application, but with a few that I've done before, sometimes you have to put like what your parents do as work, so they kind of know what your economic background is like. So like if you're not as privileged, then you might be more like get it. Do you know what I mean? If you have like
I get that.
Like if you're like, let's say your parents like are paid really well and like you're really well off, then you're going to be really privileged and you're going to have most of the things that you need. But then if your parents are from like a kind of poorer economic background, then you kind of getting the job might be more likely because you like need it, and it's not just like you just want money to buy like, I don't know, like shoes or something, if you know what I mean.
That makes sense. Yeah, here it's definitely not like that. Because I've had 2 jobs so far. One of them, I got it when I was well, technically 15, but 16. Like I did the application when I was 15. And that's when like pronouns weren't overly talked about.
Yeah.
As much. So that question was out of the way. That wasn't there. I'm pretty sure they've always just asked for like your information, like your contact information, your name, your date of birth, your social security number, like your address and those kind of things. And then like you will give me your resume, obviously.
Yeah.
And your resume will say like your experience, and that kind of stuff. Experience like volunteering or like qualities that'll help you with the job.
Do you know what I also just realized? You call it a resume and I call it a CV. I didn't realize that.
What's it?
I don't know what it stands for.
Okay, yeah, we call it a resume.
Let me Google that. What's a CV? What does it probably stands for something?
And I'm pretty sure for my last job application, for like where I work now, I don't even know if they had much of one because I did the interview like on the spot and I got the job.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure it's just like contact information and that kind of stuff. I gave him my resume and he was like, "Do you want to work in the front end?" And I'm like, "Sure, okay." And then he gave me like the sheet that was just like, "Here's all the information and stuff." That was really it. Didn't ask for sexuality, gender, or anything like that. Not even pronouns either. They just put like M or F.
Don't they need to know your gender though? Is that not like a common, like not even talking about, or like even your sex? Don't they need to know that?
M or F, which means male or female.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just Googled it and it stands for, well, it's in Latin, which it stands for, but it means course of life. So basically like your work experience and like your qualifications and stuff.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it's the same thing. It's just called something different.
I don't even know what resume means, but
it's yeah, you've just always known it. So you're just like, yeah, it's just whatever.
That's fair.
Okay,
what's yours?
It's just poutine. Did I say it right?
Yeah. Well, it depends on where you're from.
Really?
Like I say it, like where I live, we say it's poutine.
Yeah.
But if you're from like Quebec or something like that, more like eastern area of Canada, they say it's poutine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I just said that because I'm not
like
gonna
an accent.
Yeah, I'm not gonna knock it before I try it, but like if you describe it to me, it just sounds a bit weird.
It's really good. Like no,
no, which is why I'm saying like I will like 100% try it and not be like, oh, I don't want to try it. But
I mean, I'm pretty sure like the Isle of Man have something like very similar.
Yeah, I think it's chips and gravy. I think.
Yeah, Joe Locke was talking about it in an interview.
Yeah, I have had chips and gravy before, but just the cheese part it's a bit odd. Like I would try it, like I will, but it just sounds a bit odd to me. I don't know why.
It's not plain cheese. I mean, you can put like regular cheese, I guess. It's cheese curds. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Which honestly, I don't even know. Like, I can't even make it like fully for you if I come to the UK.
You can't, or you can.
I don't think I can because the US don't have cheese curds.
I don't think so.
Yeah, which sucks.
What are cheese curds?
Cheese curds. I don't know how to explain them.
Wait a minute. I think you can get cheese curds in the UK, but it's not like in the supermarket. I think you have to order it online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like a regular thing that you can just like go to a shop and go get.
Well, yeah, it's not a common thing there.
Yeah, but I think there's a website you can get it from. I don't know, but interesting.
They're really good though.
I'll trust you.
Yeah, we're gonna move into our book quote next. I can start. I don't know. I remember if I did it for the last episode, but I still think it's very funny because it's a word that I use so much. It's from A Kiss Sarah Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. Character Ricky. I love Ricky. At one point in the book, he says "oop," which I say "oop" so much. Like
I thought you were gonna say "slay."
I say "slay" as well, but no, he says "oop."
What, just like in a like conversation in real life?
Yep.
He just.
Yep. I don't say it in real life, but I say it through text a lot.
That's funny, actually. Is that it? Just oop.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah. Very solid quote.
Thank you for that contribution.
You're welcome. What's yours?
So my one is from another I can't speak. My one is from another Adam Silvera book, which I finished like 5-ish days ago, maybe, called History Is All You Left Me.
Oh.
If you don't want to feel sad, don't read the book yet. Wait until you're in a place that you can cry. Because yeah, it was a good book. I cried a lot, but it's like I've told you, it's that feeling where it feels good to cry over a book or like a film.
It does.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it felt nice, even though I was in pain from that book.
You know, when when we were like rereading this book, I was like actually kind of scared for the ending because I knew I was gonna cry.
The thing is, because They Both Die at the End is the first Adam book I'd read, and I got this book for my birthday and I read it. I don't know what I was expecting, because the summary of the synopsis, it says that a person is already dead. I'm like, okay, so I don't get to know this person, they're dead, I'm not going to get attached to them. I did get to know that person who died, and I got a little bit attached. But yeah, it's a sad book. But anyway, I'm rambling. This is the quote. Alternate versions of me are perfectly happy with alternate versions of you because you're alive.
All right.
I know. I chose it because when I started reading it, because I really love alternate parallel universes sort of theory stuff, and it has like a little bit of that in that. So I was like, yes, Adam, I love it.
I love that. That's amazing.
Okay, so to go into They Both Die at the End.
Yeah, of course, I'm all ready. Okay, so the book starts with it starts with Mateo, but it starts with both of them getting a call from a thing called Deathcast. If you haven't read the book, Deathcast is like a system or a system, I'll just say that or company system, organization, that's the word. It's an organization where they call you on the day that you die. They call to tell you that you have within 24 hours to, live your last day, go see friends, family, or just, have fun, do what you couldn't, like, do some things that you wish you could have done that are not like dangerous.
Speaking of, we had this discussion the other day, and I want to like reopen it, about what you would do if you got like that call. Say like you went and you got it.
I've talked about that a lot. I have like a question of that like a bit later, but yeah, we can talk about that. I
just think it's interesting because my response is just hide out in my room, because I can't die if I'm just in my room. Really, can I? I don't think I can.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I want to go out. Like, I'll probably, I don't know. I'm not sure, like.
Yeah, but would you like actually take public transport?
I mean, I'll have to, because like, how am I supposed to get around? I make a walk. My city's not too big.
Yeah, because I don't know.
My friends don't live too far.
Because you could just get in an accident and then you could just die like that. If you take a bus or like a tube or a train or something. I know you don't have. I don't think you have trains.
No, we don't have trains. We just have public transport, which is a bus.
You can still die on a bus.
I could, yeah. Our bus systems aren't great, so. But yeah, I want to get out. I would probably. And I was thinking, probably like have a like breakfast with my family first. Like a nice breakfast. Oh, I want to talk about that as well. Like, what would you eat? Like,
yeah, but don't you get the call at like 12 in the morning?
My family would wake up if I'm gonna die.
Pardon?
Wouldn't your family wake up if you're gonna die that day?
But why are you gonna have breakfast at 12 in the morning?
What if I go out? Am I gonna come back?
I don't know.
Do you want to take that risk? So why not have just breakfast first and then, figure what to do after that?
But like, don't you want to sleep a bit more?
No.
Like 12 in the morning.
I'll sleep maybe a bit more. Yeah, a little bit more.
Just a little, like 2 hours.
Yeah. So it's like you only have like within 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like it can extend into
Can
anything.
you imagine though, if you died at like 11:59?
Mhm.
That's crazy.
That would be amazing, but yeah.
Just one more minute and you would have like
Mhm.
beat it. Wow.
I was hoping when I read the book, like it would be a joke, like they would actually like beat it.
This thing that I wanted to talk about is that I think it's clever how he put that as the title.
Mhm.
Because you're like, okay, so they're gonna die, all right, I know that already, so I can kind of prepare myself, I guess, but like the anticipation of it, where you're
Yeah.
just like waiting for things to happen, you're like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, when it gets to kind of the end-ish bit where they're like together, and you're like, oh, no, they're not gonna
Hey,
die. He
please
won't
don't talk
kill
about
them
that.
now.
We can wait till the end to talk about that because I'm gonna cry.
I know, it's so bad.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, so they did die. All right.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it starts off with Mateo. Mateo basically does what you would do.
Yeah.
He's too afraid. He wants to go out, but he's too afraid. So he ends up
Mm-hmm.
staying inside, like playing video games and scrolling up thing called like deck. It's some kind of thing where you can see like what deckers have done or doing on their last day.
Oh, are you talking about the chat app where you can talk to
Yeah.
people?
Well, that's the last friend app. No, it was um like a news feed or something that was like
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just scrolling through that. And then also he went on an app called the Last Friend app
Yeah.
where you basically could find someone that you can spend the day with. Either a decker is someone who's dying that day as well,
Yeah.
or a non-decker who is someone who isn't dying. Just, hang out with them for the day. So, your family and friends don't
Yeah.
have to see you die.
Basically like Tinder for people who are dying.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, there is like a Tinder.
Yeah, do you know what? That's what I got from that. Because some people in there who were messaging him were so weird.
I know.
They were
Um,
like, some people wanted sexual stuff, and then some
mhm.
people, I don't know, it was very weird and very
That's one thing I
Tinder
wouldn't
like.
want to do. Like, there's some people who are like, oh, I want to lose my virginity for the last day. And I'm like, no, you, I
Can
don't
you imagine
know. I don't
if
see the, like, need or the
yeah.
want for that.
Can you imagine though if one of those people is like the reason for you dying, but like I mean,
Oh
like
God, yeah.
they kill you, like they're a murderer, and you wouldn't
Mhm.
know. It's just I don't know.
You
It's
really,
weird.
don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Also, I love how I love because he doesn't go out, but he cleans the house for his dad. So when he comes back, and I'm like, you're such a nice son. I love
I
that.
know. And then worth noting that his dad is in a coma in the
Oh yes,
hospital.
it's
It's not funny.
it's not funny, but I forgot to mention that point. Yeah, his dad's in a coma.
And he wants to go visit him, but then he doesn't want to go outside, so he's kind
Yeah.
of stuck in like um like playing video games, cleaning the house, just basically doing everything he can to avoid going outside.
Mhm.
So
Which
like
is fair.
when he's like, oh, I should go outside, but wait, I have to do this thing, and then it just
Mhm.
like piles on and on because he just like is trying to avoid going outside.
Mhm. Yeah. And then Rufus is the opposite, which is the other character.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's funny when he gets the call, he actually doesn't answer right away because he's beating someone up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but that person deserves it. They're an ass.
Yeah. But do you remember what we say on this podcast?
Hmm. No, no violence. Like violence
Yeah.
isn't the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, don't beat up people if they are mean to
Mhm.
you. Just, I don't know, walk away.
I mean, like if Rufus didn't beat him up, a lot of events in the book probably wouldn't have happened.
That's so true.
Yeah,
He might not have even met Mateo, to be honest.
probably.
Well,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
would have
know.
Video's friends, probably.
That's true.
Mhm.
Wow. No, that
Yeah.
is actually true.
Yeah, one of my notes is literally just Peck is a bitch.
Oh my god.
I know that's like profanity, but he
I
is.
mean, are you wrong?
No,
Not
I'm
really.
not. And like, so Rufus has like a funeral for himself, which I would definitely do. I would like gather friends and be like, can we have a funeral?
That reminds me of like The Fault in Our Stars when Gus knows that he's like dying from cancer, so he has like this kind of funeral before he
Oh
dies.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I kind of like that.
This it's a good idea because you can like, have just a good time with friends and say like a last goodbye all together.
It's really sad though.
It's sad, but it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's
Mhm. And also talking about Peck again in this
yeah.
scene, such an ass. Like he literally gets his friend to call the police.
Yeah.
And it's like it's literally his death day. He's gonna die that day.
At this point, does he know that it's his death
He
day?
does.
He does.
He does.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
he has a day left to live. Like,
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna make him die behind bars.
what's the point?
Exactly.
But then, if you think about it,
Hmm.
would he even die in jail?
True, he might have
Like,
tried getting out.
huh?
He might have tried getting out.
Maybe. That's true. That's true.
But yeah. It's just like, why do you have to be an ass?
I know. See, when I first read it, I was just like, wow, why?
Like I
Well,
get like you're annoyed and like I don't know, like just how he beat you up,
yeah,
but still he's literally dying that day, so you won't have to deal with him after.
yeah.
Anyway. Rip
I know.
Mateo like procrastinating at home.
Yeah, switch hair, and he's still just like washing the dishes, just doing whatever he can. And then he feels like kind of pressured to actually like get the app and start kind of like messaging people and stuff. And someone who he was like, oh, okay, 19-year-old, he's a bookworm. And she messages him and she's like, bet you're wishing you had a death cloaking spell. I'm like, okay, Harry Potter, sure, but now is not the time. Like he's dying. He doesn't really need to hear that. Like he can't do anything about it. Well, obviously, like what are you supposed to say to that?
I don't know.
Like, yeah, I do. And then is that the end of the conversation? It's a bit weird.
A bit weird, but you're trying to be like funny and like ease up the tension.
And then I also have written down this other message, which is a bit weirder. Do you have an open house? I'm supposed to lose my virginity to my boyfriend, but I want to practice first.
Oh my god, that makes me so uncomfortable. Talking about makes me uncomfortable.
That's cheating. Like, what are you doing?
It is cheating. Yeah.
Like, if you're nervous about it, talk to your boyfriend about it. Like,
exactly. Communication is key.
So basically what they're just like, oh, you're gonna die today, so do you want to just like help me out here? Like, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, okay. Talking about like being like uncomfortable with things in the book. Well, not things. It's not that, but it like kind of relates to something that someone said. Like, I love Rufus. Rufus is great.
Yeah.
But this is a pet peeve of mine. He calls Emmy, is that her name? I'm not sure how to say it. His ex.
Sorry, 1 second.
Amy,
oh, Amy.
Is it Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy. He calls Amy like his girl, and people do that. Like I hate people refer to their partner like that. Like, just say like your girlfriend or boyfriend, or just say your partner. And like, that happened to me. I've talked to you about this. That's happened to me before. And then my friend was saying like, "Oh, how it's normal." I'm like, I don't care how it's normal. It's weird, and you shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it might be normal, but because stuff is normal, it doesn't mean that it's okay.
Can we unnormalize it, please?
I know. Like, gender inequality is normal, but that's
For
not
real.
okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of things are normal, but it doesn't mean they're like good or like right. What else happens? Oh yeah, he runs from the police.
Yeah.
I think his friends get arrested. Is that right?
Yeah.
And they're like to him, like, go, because it's your last day, so you need to make the most of it.
Yeah.
So he like escapes the police.
Also, talk about his friends. They're called the Plutos. Oh my god, they're amazing. But personally, I wouldn't go to jail for my friends.
Even if it was their last day.
No, I wouldn't go to jail. I'm sorry, but it will affect my my record. And I don't care.
Wow.
I don't want my friends going to jail, but I don't want to go to jail either.
Okay.
Like Rufus. Rufus can get away on his own.
Yeah. Also, a thing about them is that they all come from the same, what's it called? Foster home.
Foster home, yeah.
Yeah. So they've all kind of like bonded over that. Yeah.
Trauma bonding. I don't think that's what it is. But
I mean, that's a way you can put it, sure. So then Rufus downloads the app as well.
Yeah. Also, do you think you would use the app?
Me?
Yeah, would you use the Last Friend app?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
I think I'd use it as well. Cause like, I don't know, I don't want to put like any person that I'm close with through like seeing me die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the chance that like my last friend might not. I might see them die.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know if I would actually tell everyone that I'm dying. I don't think
I don't know. I
might
just because for you, I don't know. Maybe I'll send like a video or something. And I'll probably write like a little letter and mail it out.
Oh my god. That would make me cry.
I know. Have something for you to keep and hold on to.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you very much. So I have this written down, this message that Rufus got, which is kind of inappropriate, but it made me laugh. Which is when someone says that he has the cure to death in his pants.
Oh my god.
I know, it's really bad, but it's pretty funny at the same time. So yeah, that made me laugh, so I felt like I had to write that down.
Horny people, am I right?
I know, literally everyone's just like, it's your last day, you know, I'm horny,
let's do it. And I'm like, but yeah, the amount of like people that are asking for like sexual things is like kind of uncomfortable.
Like, you're very desperate, like you're going to people who are dying and the first thing you're asking them is that.
Yeah. And then when you get offended when they say no, like that happens like in real life. Even when you're not dying, they're like, oh, you want to have sex? And you say no, and they're like, offended.
Yeah.
Like, why are you offended?
We love to see it, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he kind of comes across. This is Matteo now. He comes across Rufus's profile, and there's next to sexual orientation. There's a little bisexual there.
Stand that. We love another bicon.
As I read that, I was like, oh my god. But then I also noticed next to Matteo's sexual orientation, he didn't put anything next to it.
No, I think he was kind of like.
So I was like, that's interesting.
I mean, he was still been in the closet throughout the book.
Yeah. It's like the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, that is interesting. Is there a possible thing happening? Maybe. So he messages Rufus. And I think in Matteo's picture, he's like wearing, is it like a Mario hat or something?
Yeah, it was a Luigi hat.
Luigi. Love and the Rufus, like, nice hat. They just kind of have like a casual conversation from there,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Very cute. And when they first meet up and like when they go out, I want to mention this because it relates to like later on. God, when I think about, because like at first it's like really cute, but then when you like see the parallel to it later on in the book, makes me so sad. The little bird funeral that they have, because Mateo picks up a bird from the middle of the road that was like hit by a car or something, and they have a little funeral for it. And I'm not sure if I should spoil it yet, but that connects to a major part later on.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It also just makes me love Mateo a little bit more. I'm like,
I
oh.
know. So cute.
And I feel like the same for Rufus as well a little bit.
Mhm.
He like realizes how like kind of caring he is as a person, I feel like. But in terms of their dynamic, I feel like Rufus is the only reason why Mateo is like out of the house right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Basically dragged him out.
Well, he had to come to Mateo's house.
Yeah, he picked him up and was like, all right, let's go. And like Mateo was a bit like, oh, I don't know. And Rufus was like, nah, we're going.
Gotta go.
What else?
And, they go to visit Mateo's dad and Lydia.
Yes.
And they made me really sad.
So Lydia is one of Mateo's best friends, right?
Best friend.
Yeah, and she has a child as well.
Yeah, Mateo is the godfather of the child.
Yeah.
And like she's gonna have like no male figure in her life, which is fine, you don't need to, but her dad died when she was very young.
Yeah.
And then now Mateo is gone.
And if I remember right, Mateo didn't actually tell her.
No, he did later.
Yeah, well, later he kind of did this like sentimental goodbye. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't like outright say, "Oh, I got a call from Death Cost. I'm gonna be dying like in the next 24 hours."
Yeah.
He may have like implied it by the way he was kind of talking, but he didn't like outright kind of tell it to her.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly go over like the next little bit.
Yeah.
So he goes to see his dad and he ends up like singing to his dad. Very adorable. And then the Lydia thing, we talked about that. And I got a question because they go to a cemetery.
Yeah.
Like, because they talk about like afterlife and heaven or hell. Do you believe in those kind of things? And
I don't know.
And like, what do you think it would be like?
I think there's something, but I don't think it's as black and white as heaven as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people who I love who have died, like they're probably like watching, like they're somewhere, but
yeah,
I don't really know. Like I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, well, I do think there's something after someone dies. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I'm not like a really religious person, so I don't like believe like firmly in like heaven and hell, but
yeah,
at least there's something there, I feel like.
Yeah. I think so. But I wouldn't put it black and white as heaven and hell. I wouldn't really say, I don't know, I don't think there would be a hell, honestly. Like, this is very like, what's the word? Kind of sadistic, is that the word? Or sad or
sadistic, yeah.
Yeah. Like life is already kind of sucky for a lot of people. Why do we have to go into hell? Why can't you go into a nice place?
There's also that thing of people, I'd say more so like hardcore like religious people scaring people about, I don't know, like sexuality, and not just sexuality, but a bunch of stuff like, oh, if you do this, you're going straight to hell.
It's like that doesn't make any sense. It's
like do the right thing because it is the right thing, not because you want to be like rewarded for it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just do it because it's the right thing to do, and like doing something bad is going to have consequences, not only like on you, but like the person you're doing it to, or like people around you and stuff.
Yeah.
But
well,
yeah.
like yesterday I did a good thing, I think. This one student, I think he was either a first year or he was like me where he did like online stuff last year. And he was looking for one of his classes, like him and his mom pulled up in a car and they were like, "Can you help us find a class?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course." And his class was like computer science or something like that, some kind of computer course. But the location was in the fitness center. And so they're confused and I'm like, yeah, the Duckworth building is in the fitness center. I can take you in and you can like ask the front desk and come with you.
Yeah.
It's like
I see these videos of people just like going out and doing random acts of kindness.
And
I'm like, it doesn't cost anything to do these things. Like,
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the afterlife is a weird sort of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting.
A lot of people believe different things. Obviously, some people are religious. Some people aren't. Some people are like more spiritual or like believe in reincarnation or something like that.
Yeah. I don't like reincarnation.
I don't want to knock anything off. Like, I don't believe in reincarnation, but I like the idea of it. But I like to think Mateo and Rufus are somewhere together, even though
I think so, yeah.
You know what happens to them at the end.
I think everyone's everyone's own heaven is like different, if there is one.
Yeah.
And like we're not, because everyone's like, you're either put into heaven or hell. And it kind of seems like they expect everyone to be in like a big room together.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'd be like, I don't know, like your own thing.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like you can have like friends and family like in the same area with you or something like that. But it's not like everyone is in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would be, oh my God, it'd be too bad. It's so bad. Even if you're like a good person, you may not get along with someone else who is also a good person, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about this on here before, but I talk about this with you all the time. Like parallel universes, which I talked a little bit about earlier, but like it's kind of comforting for some people in a way where like say something like bad happens to you like right now, you can be like, well, there's like 100 different like possibilities that something could have gone right in like another like universe that you're in. And I don't know, I just think that's really cool. I like the idea of it.
That makes, oh my God, I should use this as my quote. It's a quote from Heartstopper.
Yeah.
I think it was Nick talking about Charlie and him. And he was saying how I think in another, like we would meet in like another universe or something like that. We would meet in like any universe.
Yeah, see, I feel like with some what do you call it, like book characters who like eventually get into a relationship, like let's take Mateo and Rufus, like maybe they're like always destined to meet each other. So like in this universe they met each other through both like having to die on this day, but like in like another universe it could just be something simple, like they both went to the same school or something.
Yeah,
which I always like to
think nice. I was like, back to the cemetery.
Did you just mimic me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
Back to the cemetery. Oh my God. Sorry. It's kind of funny. It's sad, but kind of funny. So he walks, because they go there to see his mom's grave, Mateo's mom's grave.
Yeah.
Because his mom died during his birth.
Yeah.
Very sad. That happens a lot. Anyway, when he goes to see his mom's grave, some guy is digging his grave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. How would I feel about that? It'd be kind of like surreal, I guess, or I don't know, surreal is the right word.
That would proper freak me out.
And the fact that they went and sat in his own grave. It's just like,
I think also towards the start of the book as well, Mateo was choosing on a quote for his
yeah.
what do you call it, headstone, gravestone,
Yeah.
the like inscription thing.
But they was something like he lived for everyone or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get to choose what it says, which is I don't know, that just it feels weird.
Yeah, I know, I get you.
It's like, you know, that question people ask you when they're like, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Yeah.
It's like people either give the answer of when, because then they'll know how long they have left, or how, and they're like, oh, I could prevent it. But I feel like if you knew, I don't know if I would like to know.
Yeah.
Because I would, but then I wouldn't at the same time.
Talking about that, do you like the parallel universes kind of thing? I'm just going back to it because I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, do you believe in fate? Do you believe like people are meant to meet?
I do, but I don't at this
Like, do you believe
time.
that we are meant to meet?
I don't know.
Or is everything just like a coincidence and it just happens?
Oh, that's such a good question. I do to an extent, but not like I don't have to explain it. Like I believe how we met was a coincidence to an extent, but then also that maybe it was bound to happen as well at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like some people are like hardcore, everything is down to fate. Like we were all meant to, like the person I'm with, oh, we were meant to meet and all of this, which isn't like all true. I feel like I'm a mix between them both. I'm not sure.
I kind of believe it. But like, I don't know, a lot of people I've met have been like really great people and they've affected my life in a good way. And I think part of it is part of like fate, like we were meant to meet. And maybe that's just because I'm like I'm a nice person. Maybe I attract like good people, but I don't know. I think I've had some like good and nice people to affect my life so far.
I feel like also like in terms of the people that I've met when I was younger who weren't like necessarily nice to me, still had like a meaningful impact on me that I feel like if I hadn't have met them, I wouldn't be a bad person, but I feel like I would be different in the sense that I wouldn't like wouldn't have changed like how I am as a person, I guess. So I feel like all the interactions we have are like really important.
I remember when I was younger, when I've mentioned this before to you. This one girl, she told, I'm not sure if it was like a compliment or an insult. I think it was an insult at the time or something like that. But she told me that I was too nice.
I always used to get that as well.
Like, that's not really a bad thing to be too nice.
I mean, to be honest, at times it is.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
I remember one time I stuck up for someone in front of her because it was like in gym class and they're talking really shit about someone in the change room about how she like wasn't good at gym or something. I don't know, something like that. Really stupid elementary stuff. And I stood up for her and I'm like, not everyone has to be good at gym. Not everyone has to like it or something like that. And I got annoyed at her and she's like, I don't understand how that was mean. And I'm like, it was mean. Because she walked in and you're still talking about her that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good question though. I like that. Because I've thought about it a bit before where I'm like, I know there's some people who like firmly believe like in terms of romantic relationships, especially the people they end up with or the people like they were always supposed to meet or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are like life throws in curveballs that I don't know if the person you eventually might end up with was like planned all along or if it's like just like whatever like say you're working the same job whatever, if you just bump into someone randomly on the street or something. I don't know, I feel like it's a series of different kind of factors and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I have next? I have the explosion that happens, but I'm just gonna go over briefly because it's not a big moment really.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the guy who blows up the gym, this book kind of goes between different perspectives of many different people.
Yeah.
Like this one is a guy who he's very angry. He's a decker. Like a lot
Yeah.
of things. People were rejecting him on the dating, like a decker dating app, which is fair, honestly.
Yeah.
I think his girlfriend like left him or something like that. I don't know. But he decides to blow up his gym and himself.
And that's how he died.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Why not live your day? Why do you feel the need to blow everyone up?
I mean, everyone has issues, right?
Yeah, true.
Yes,
But
but
whatever.
that was an interesting choice.
Yeah. And I'm not sure when they were talking about this, but they're talking about like, does everyone like deserve to die? And I was thinking like, does everyone like no not does everyone not deserve to die? Or something like that.
Do you know what that makes me think of? The death penalty.
Hmm.
Because I know it's still legal in some states in America.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't think anyone deserves the death penalty. No
No.
matter what they did, like just keep them in jail for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I think, like, say a criminal killed someone and you're combating that with killing that person, like, what does that say? You're saying
Yeah.
killing is wrong, but then you're basically killing someone.
Yeah, it's like what's the word? Hypocritical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but in terms of like not the death penalty, but just like people dying,
Hmm.
I don't think anyone deserves to die. Like I know there's like really like horrible, awful people out there who do like really horrible things, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think everyone deserves to die. But at the same time, like some people have done some really, really bad things.
Yeah.
Because like I mentioned, like do serial killers deserve to die? And I'm like, I don't know.
The thing is with most serial killers as well, not all of them, but most of them are like mentally deranged. I'm not excusing it, but like I studied it in GCSE and A level psychology and like kind of like delved into their minds and
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like a deeper issue than them just being like, let me kill some people. Like it's an
Mhm.
actual like not all of them. Some of them are like well aware of what they're doing and
Oh
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
doing it because they want to. But some of them, I wouldn't say it's a choice. It's like some people have the like killer psycho gene,
Yeah.
which obviously you can't help. And then if something like traumatic happens, they're like genetically predisposed to kind of that kind of gene be activated and they, like kill a bunch of people or do something
Hmm.
illegal or immoral, which obviously doesn't excuse it. But I don't know. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Because
an interesting topic.
yeah, this is why I love true crime because it's I know it's very interesting finding out because you obviously when you look at like all these murder stories and all of those sort of things, you're like, oh, you want to know why, what happened, but you want to know like what went into it. Like, was it impulsive? Was it like planned for like over 5 years or something? Like, what actually went into that decision making? But true crime honestly really scares me. I can't watch it late at night because I literally go to bed just thinking about it and being like, there are people in that world who could literally just do
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, that's
Weird.
really scary.
Yeah, the world is a scary place.
Yeah, this is why like I'm fine with horror movies because most of the time they're just like really over exaggerated
Yeah.
and they just make me laugh. But true crime is like true
It's
crime.
true, it's
Yeah,
real.
actually it happens. like
Yeah.
all around us. So that's the scary thing, I think. So going back to the question, I don't think people deserve to die.
No.
For some people, it could be a personal thing, like they've done something personally to them or their family, where you're like, oh my God, I want to kill you. But I don't think you actually mean it. I think it's just like when you're in that place of like hurt and anger and like pain and all of that, you want to see that person like hurting or possibly even like being bad, but I don't think you actually want to.
No.
Like you'll think it will make you feel better, but like in reality, it won't.
Also, someone around the explosion scene, she tries to like, I don't know, break the Decker thing, like the death gas thing, and she tries to commit suicide. And this kind of reminds me, this is a like sensitive topic. I might cut it out, but I didn't realize it's a thing here. I didn't realize it was happening so soon. I was talking to a friend about it. I won't tell you why, because it's personal to them. But apparently we have a thing being set up now in Canada for assisted suicide.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know. It's I'm pretty sure applications can go in around like March.
Wow.
But you have to be like diagnosed officially with like depression, like severe depression.
Do you know what? I literally can't remember this book, but ages ago I read this book. I literally can't remember what it's called, but the plot of it was basically you get people to help you kill yourself, basically. I think at the end of it they didn't actually. It was a very interesting book because there was a lot of issues going on with the main characters, but that just reminded me of that. It's been a while since I've read that, but yeah, it's a really sensitive like topic, I think.
Okay.
Stop. I have
Okay, I'm gonna move on
okay.
to what am I gonna move on to? The tribal arena, because a lot of stuff goes down.
Oh yes, yeah.
So Lydia comes and she comes and hangs out with Rufus and Mateo. And the tribal arena, it's cool. Like they do pretty sure Mateo and like they go. First of all, they go to like a pool area. I know they go to there at least. And they get Rufus, like they all go jumping from the top of like the thing. It's like a kind of like a, I don't know, a cliff. You jump into the water.
Yeah.
And since Rufus's family died, they had like a, how to explain it? They were going on a drive because like his whole family, except for him, was gonna die that day.
Oh yeah.
And they were driving, and they drove over a cliff or something happened, and his family died in the water. So he has like a fear of like big things of water.
Yeah.
But he broke his fear and jumped off that cliff of water, and it was like it was safe. But still, that's like awesome for him.
Yeah, like he finally kind of overcame that. I want to say irrational because in a way it kind of is and not, because he doesn't have, well, he has like a reason to be afraid of it because obviously his parents died.
Yeah.
But it's not actually that scary. He just like, it's like a psychological barrier, I feel like. Where like he has a bad memory of it, so he doesn't want to like come in contact with it, sort of thing, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
But he's kind of tackled it, which is great for him.
Yeah.
Is this like the place where they have activities for them to do as like last like as
no, that was the Make-A-Wish.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about Make-A-Wish too much because it's not like overly important.
Yeah.
So like yeah, they did like the pool thing, which was amazing. I'm not sure. I would probably do that.
I would not do that. I would not do that.
All right, that's fair.
I would just stand by at the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
That's fair.
I'd be too scared to jump off the cliff into water. It sounds like a death wish to me.
But it's all safe. I'm pretty sure no one's died doing that.
I know, but
yeah, but still, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then I'm pretty sure right after this, it's a big scene.
Wait, what comes after this?
Don't they go to the bar or the club?
Oh, yes, yeah.
This was we didn't mention this part. It's a tiny little part. So Peck, the guy who Rufus beat up, he's still kind of annoyed, and he knows this is the last day, so he decides to get his friends and he has a gun in his closet for some reason, because America. But anyway, I'm sorry to all Americans. Anyway,
just a PSA, we love America.
We do.
I know sometimes I attack it, but it's in a banter way. It's okay. I want to go to America one day.
Yeah, I've gone to like Minneapolis or something like that. I've gone to like Fargo.
Oh, but yeah, there's just a few things in America that are just a little bit questionable, like the gun stuff. Yeah.
Let's not talk about American politics.
I mean, we're getting a new prime minister, and that's a bit.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna have fun with that.
Yeah, so that's fun. What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, so Peck plans to be the killer of Rufus because of his death, and I'm like, dude, you really want to put that on your record?
No, like Rufus has nothing to lose. Meanwhile, if you do it, you have everything to lose.
Yeah, like no one's gonna want to hire you because you try to kill someone.
You're going to jail. Like everyone's gonna see it. You're gonna
lose Amy. So
exactly. He's just, I think he's a person led by his emotions, definitely. Yes. He's enraged, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna go kill Rufus just because he's annoyed me.
That's such a stupid.
Good logic, isn't it?
Yeah, very good logic. But yeah, they go to I'm not sure if it's a club or a bar. I think it's a club.
I think it's a club, yeah. Yeah.
And they like dance, they have fun. Rufus and Mateo, they do like karaoke.
Oh my god, yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's very nice. Do they kiss?
Do they?
I don't remember if they do or not. Or they get close to doing it.
Don't they only actually do romantic stuff towards the end?
I think so. I think they do. Well, we're kind of close to the end of it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Important question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Go-to karaoke song.
Oh my god, that's so hard.
It's a hard question because I don't think I can even answer it.
I told you I went to the club 200. The club recently. It was an LGBTQ club. Amazing. I loved it. I went with some friends. And I was going to do karaoke. 3 of us were going to do Dancing Queen.
Oh my god, yes.
But then it was getting too late, and we're like, I work at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, see, I was actually going to say probably something ABBA.
Yeah, ABBA, absolutely.
Or just
we didn't do karaoke, but we sang along with people that were singing.
Yeah, anything musical theatre, I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of non-musical theatre,
Sweet Caroline is such a good song.
It's the UK's national anthem. Oh, it's so good.
What else did they do? They did Rolling in the Deep, I believe, by Adele.
Ooh, love some Adele.
I think they had another Adele song as well. My friend Justine, she did Teenage Dirtbag. Love that.
Oh my god, I love that so much, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I just felt the need to ask that question when I heard you talking about them doing karaoke.
Because well, I like karaoke. I really want to do it, honestly.
I want to, but I feel like I'm scared to do it. But I want to.
I was scared for a while, and I wish I had like gathered up the courage to do it sooner.
Yeah.
Anyway, they do well. Yeah, no, I think they do almost kiss, and then Peck and because Amy hears about it, Peck, Amy, and his friends show up.
Yes.
So it stops them.
And then isn't it like he goes up to him with the gun, and isn't it like Mateo like stands in front of him?
Yeah, Mateo jumps in front of him,
which is basically him being asking to die, but it's fine.
You want to go out, Daisy? Go on. Yeah, but I love that. I don't love it, but like it's so, I don't know, it's such a Mateo thing to do. Kind of.
I get what you mean.
Like he gathered the courage and he cares about Rufus so much. He has a crush on Rufus. 100%.
Yeah. Do you know what though? It's the way that at the start he wants to go out kind of for himself. But like he doesn't have the courage to do it. But like when he does finally get out and Rufus is in danger, like he doesn't really think about it. He just like does it. He just does it because he's like, oh, Rufus is in danger. Like, oh my god, I need to like do something.
Exactly.
It's not even like a 5-minute like, oh my god, what do I do? It's just an instant like automatic kind of rush in front of him to stop him from getting hurt or shot.
Yeah, that was great though. They didn't die though. They didn't die.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't died yet.
Yeah, and then they sneaked away and they went to Mateo's house.
Because they've taken like a lot of like they could have died like they went on the subway, didn't they? They could have died on the subway. They could have died like in that
on the bus.
They literally could have died anywhere, to be honest with you. But they're still alive,
which is amazing.
Yeah, we love it.
So they go to Mateo's house after this whole thing happens, and this is towards like the end. And oh my god, it makes me cry. It's so sweet. It's so so wholesome. I believe, is it Rufus or Mateo? I think Rufus plays piano. Correct? Is it Rufus or Mateo? One of them.
I feel like it's Mateo, maybe.
One of them plays piano for the other. Oh wait, I think it is Mateo because Mateo like is a song that his dad
said
him.
Yeah. I feel like it's something to do with his dad or his mom.
I think so. Yeah. But anyway, he starts like playing on piano for Rufus, and then I think like Rufus takes a picture and posts it, and I don't know. It's so sweet and wholesome. And then they take like a selfie together on the bed and have a little, I don't know if they cuddle or anything or they just sleep, but it's really wholesome and nice. This makes me so happy. I believe also Rufus puts on the Luigi hat. Or is it Mateo?
Yes. Yeah.
Bringing that back.
Of course. That's an iconic part of Mateo's character.
Such an important part to the story, the Luigi hat. They put them together.
Exactly. It started their conversation.
I love that. Okay. What was the next part is, are you ready? Are you ready to go on the next part? This part is where it gets sad.
This is why I didn't fully reread the book, because the ending, I don't know if I had the emotional capacity to reread the ending. But like I know what happens because it's still in my head.
Stuck in your head.
But
so it over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Well, we're spoiling like the whole book, so there's no need for a spoiler warning.
I mean, Adam spoiled the book in the title,
Yeah.
Which I think
is like how they die.
I think it's really smart that he did that, to be honest with you. Because with that title, you'd be like, nah.
It makes you kind of like overthink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's really what the title says. They do really both die at the end of the book. You just don't think it would happen.
Yeah.
Seeing as how they avoided all of these things that basically could have killed them, you're like, oh, they're like at his house now. They're all good.
Wow.
They're not all good.
No. Yeah. So what happens? So Mateo wakes up first. He doesn't want to wake Rufus up because, like, you know, he's very sleeping, all sound and everything. And he plans to make like breakfast for the two of them in bed, like very like sweet and wholesome. But he forgets that. He goes make tea. Yeah, he goes make tea, not breakfast.
Oh.
Tea for the both of them, or hot chocolate or something.
Maybe hot
but
chocolate.
They use like a kettle, like a thing that goes on the stove.
Yeah.
And his stove is broken. His neighbor was supposed to fix it, but I guess they're supposed to fix it like the next day or something.
Yeah.
And Mateo forgets. And ends up he goes away for a second waiting for like the water to boil, and then the apartment sets on fire and burns Mateo.
The way you said burns Mateo. Sorry. You just
I'm
really said
it. I'm like crying thinking about this.
You just said it so straightforward. You were like, yeah, Mateo gets burnt. He's burnt.
I'm trying not to cry.
Oh,
sorry. Like Rufus, because Rufus knows that like the place is on fire, obviously, and he freaks out and he searches the whole thing for like Mateo and drags Mateo out while burning himself. He doesn't die, but yeah.
Doesn't he run into the road? Is that right? And he dies. Not yet.
He goes to visit Mateo's dad one last time.
Oh, yes.
And gives him I think he gets like a photo of Mateo and him or something like that. Or there's a photo of like Mateo and his dad sitting there. And he writes a little note on the back of it saying like, I don't know, I don't forget what it was. But something about like how like great Mateo is, or I think also something about like his sexuality or something like that. I don't know. Like not like directly.
Yeah.
But like subtly saying, I think you would have been proud and stuff like that. And that made me cry. Like he went all the way back to the hospital to his dad that was in a coma and like talked to him. Like it's not even his dad.
I know. That's the thing that makes me sad, is that they didn't have that much time together, but like they bonded so much, and then like they quickly like developed feelings for each other. They didn't have that much time together.
No, that makes it more sad.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like that's what I was hoping they wouldn't actually die, but they did.
Yeah.
I guess we could end off our chat with what happens at the end.
They both die.
Well, yeah, they both die at the end. But Rufus is walking. He leaves the hospital. I'm not sure where he is. I think he's walking to like the park or something. And I'm going back to what I said before about the bird that relates. Yeah. There was a dead bird on the road or something, and Rufus sees and it reminds him of Mateo. He's like, Mateo would have, wanted to pick it up and put it on the side of the road. And he does that, but then he gets hit by a car. And it just it makes me so sad.
That is actually sad.
I'm not sure you can see my eyes are like getting all red and puffy.
I can see. I was like, oh, you're actually crying.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I have nothing to say to that. Just R.I.P. Rufus and Mateo.
Yeah, but everyone, The book has already been spoiled by 2 of us, but read it yourself. Please. Please read this book yourself.
Oh.
It's so good.
And there's a prequel is coming out of it soon, which is basically going to be about, I think, how I think the first ever death card's cool, like how it was first like done and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently you get some cameos from Rufus and Mateo, obviously, because they would have been younger back then.
Yeah.
Obviously they wouldn't have known each other, but yeah. I'm excited for that.
Excited.
Yeah.
Excited
See,
to cry.
this is why I'm saying I don't know why I was surprised that the other book I read by him was so sad. I don't know why I was surprised.
What's the other one about? Is it about like the after, like when his dad wakes up?
So this guy called Theo dies by drowning, is what we kind of get from the beginning of it. And he and his best friend used to go out, and then they broke up and he got a new boyfriend. So it's just about them kind of dealing with the grief of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, it's the thing of, it goes between like the day of the funeral and then like snippets of when he was alive. So you get to see their relationship, which makes it even worse. Because it's like, if there's a character that's dead, like, you don't know them.
No.
So like, I don't feel any need to feel sorry for them or to cry over them dying, which sounds really bad, but it's true.
No, but I get you.
But like, as I got to know the relationship and stuff, I was like, oh my god, this is like so sad. Yeah, I was crying for a lot of that book.
Makes sense, yeah.
The main character had OCD as well, and like, I read reviews about it and they said that it was done like really well and like kind of represented what that feels like really well. But it was written like his kind of like tics and like impulses when it came to his OCD. He wrote it so well that it literally made me cry, because I don't know, it was just the way it was written. It felt so like, I don't know how to describe it, but
I get you, yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's just like, you feel overwhelmed with it and you're like, oh my god, I just want to like wrap this person into like a little blanket and just like hug them, because he was really going through it. I feel like most of the characters in that book, I don't think any of them are straight, which I like. I like that.
Love that. We love that sort of thing.
Maybe like their parents, but
maybe, yeah.
Like, yeah, I liked that. I love Adam for that. It's great.
Okay, we should end our discussion on the book, because I have to end up going to catch a bus at some point.
Yeah. So any like kind of summary of what you think of it, sort of thing, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts, god, I love this book so much, and it makes me think about like that a lot. I mean, like, I don't know, it's weird to think about, but it's interesting and makes you kind of appreciate life a bit more.
Definitely.
Like, you could die any moment, honestly. And, don't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing of taking in like what you have.
Yeah.
And appreciating it, because like, one, you could be off a lot worse, and like, there's a lot of families out there who are like dealing with like grief, like children who have died really young, and like all of that stuff. So yeah, I feel like it makes you kind of appreciate what you do have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure if you did this, but we did have a section when we did Heartstopper where we sorted the characters into Hogwarts houses.
I only did Mateo and Rufus.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that. For Mateo, I either did Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, I think. I feel like Hufflepuff.
I put Ravenpuff.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a middle ground. And then I believe I put Rufus as like a Gryffindor or something like that.
I did as well.
Yeah. I also did Lydia. I think Lydia would be like a Ravenclaw. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then I did Malcolm and Tago. Is that how you say it?
Tago.
Tago. Anyway, those two. I put them in
Someone-
Gryffindor as well.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can see that actually.
I feel like Cluedo's gonna be in Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just a disclaimer, we don't like J.K. Rowling.
Oh no, we don't. We don't like, but her books are good.
I just felt the need. Yeah.
Hmm.
No.
Anyway, what do we have next? We have our book history and then our theater history. Also, their book quote from the book.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to do that first, or do you want to say yours?
Which
first?
one are we doing first?
Favorite quote from They Both Die at the End.
Sure. Yeah, you can do it.
All right. So my one, I can't remember who said it actually. Maybe you can help me out when I read it. Yes, we live, or we're given the chance to, at least, but sometimes living is hard and complicated because of fear. I can't remember who said
that, but
I feel
yeah,
like
it's a good quote.
Maybe Rufus, but I'm not too sure.
I have a quote. My quote is by Rufus, I believe. It's kind of funny, and it reminds me a tiny bit of us. If like we had this situation. The quote is, "We could have been at the cemetery sooner if a hearse carried us."
Oh my god.
They're not wrong. Like, he's not wrong.
He's not.
But...
no. That's really funny. I love Rufus for that.
I love Rufus. Yeah, he's great. And then next we can do
Quick question. Quick question. Out of Mateo and Rufus, which one do you like more? Like, which one is your favorite?
That's hard.
No, because I'm just trying to figure out something.
I like Mateo more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you would like Rufus more.
I like Rufus a lot, but I like Mateo more. Okay,
that's interesting. I thought it was going to be a Nick and Charlie situation. That's very... No, I was just wondering.
Okay.
So, book history.
Book history?
Yeah. So I found out that the first book written on like physical paper was made in China with stuff like mulberries, bark and fish, which were like pressed and dried together to form like actual paper that you could write stuff down on, which I thought was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, theater fact. The theater fact, actually I was talking about it in my class, I think in my production class, about the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like it's one of the longest running musicals.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's been like running like for like 45 years now.
It's probably something like that, yeah.
On and off Broadway. I'm not sure, is it still on Broadway?
No, yeah, it is.
It's still, on and off Broadway. It's been running for like 45 years, and that's like insane. It's so good though.
It is. It's so good.
I haven't actually seen it. I really want to go see it.
I haven't. I still haven't, and I keep saying I want to, but because it's one of those shows that it's unlikely it will ever close, I'm like, oh, I want to see this thing before it closes. So I just put it off because I'm like, I know it will still be there when I eventually get to it. So I'm like, just wait a minute. And I saw the 25th anniversary like recorded version of it. I think over COVID it was released like on Sky Arts or something.
Okay.
So I watched that. So like I've kind of seen it, just not live in the theatre.
Okay.
My fact. Oh my god.
Yeah, I am. I know. I'll be done soon.
We're nearly finished. My fact is that currently there's 39 theatres in the West End. There's this new theatre that's going to be opening, I think, late this year called Soho Place, which is like the newest West End theatre in like over 50 years. Like there hasn't been a new theatre in 50 years.
Cool.
Cool. I know, it's very exciting.
That's awesome.
I definitely want to go see it when it opens.
You should.
Like, I love seeing new theatres. Like when I saw that play called The Trials on Climate Change, it was at this theatre called the Donmar Warehouse, and it's such a cute little theatre. I love it. It's so nice, and I really want to go back to it. It's so nice. So our last little bit is about the author.
Yes.
The author.
I have a thing where he's obviously like very well known for his like LGBTQIA plus literature, and like this book and his sequel. And then he was also nominated by the Queerty, which is an online queer orientated news / like magazine, among like 50 heroes leading the nation towards, this is a quote, leading nations towards equality, acceptance, and dignity for all people. He was nominated for that award. I'm not sure if he got it, but he was nominated for it, which is amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah. And what's yours?
So my one, which I actually really love, so he didn't like go the traditional route to become a writer. He first worked as a bookseller for Barnes and Noble, which is like a famous like American sort of, is it Canadian as well, or just American?
No, just American.
Like an American kind of like Waterstones, like a book kind of chain in America. So he worked there, and then later at another bookshop in New York. And then he attended this kind of writer workshop where he kind of like grew his writing, and eventually he's like published like quite a few books, very very popular books, which I love, because I feel like a lot of the time of becoming a writer, whatever, people are like, oh, you need to get a writer's degree, you need to do this, you need to do that. I think it's a thing of, you need to find out what you want to write about and what you're passionate about. And obviously it's helpful to have an agent,
obviously,
but just to like write as much as you can, even if it's not good, it's just the practice.
Just for like, practice. Okay, I think that's all for today. Hopefully I'll try and make this episode like as like spectacular as I can with editing. And we'll keep everyone updated. We'll try to post more things like more frequently over this year.
As we're going, like, you've already started classes, right?
Yeah.
As we're both kind of heading back into university, we're trying to kind of plan like certain, because we have different sort of episode structures, figuring out kind of the books we want to do, and people we want to interview, and topics we want to talk about and stuff. So we're going to try and get on top of it.
And one of our next episodes is going to be an interview with one of our listeners. They're very cool.
They're kind of like a young writer.
So
it'll be really cool to talk to someone.
It'll be really interesting.
We're
and then for our next book, we don't really have one planned yet, I don't think.
We're thinking of maybe for our next episode doing another kind of let's talk about something. So if you like have anything you want us to talk about, any important topics or something that isn't really represented enough, like email us, Instagram us, and we'll do a little bit of research into it and try and get that out for one of our next episodes. And maybe possibly for a book, maybe do Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the world. I read it recently, so you don't know how much that means to me.
We can do that. That's a possibility of doing next. We'll see.
I'll make it happen, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
It's being shown at a Canadian film festival on Friday, which is very exciting.
But it's probably not even here though. It's not where I live. It's in like Toronto or Vancouver, probably.
Yeah, it's in Toronto, which is like, is that like a day travel for you?
But by car or by plane? Car, it's like 2
days. What about by plane?
Plane is like maybe like a couple hours.
Oh, you never told me that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, they're basically showing it at that festival so they can get like someone to pick it up so it can actually be like broadcasted.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So please, someone pick it up because I need to see that on the screen. It's
Yeah, I want to see it as well.
Everyone who hasn't read it. Sorry, speaking of, when I was researching Adam, I saw like this interview he did saying how Aristotle and Dante was one of the books that made him realize that you can like write queer stories for non-white people, like people from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Because he never had that growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think it's a really important.
It's really cool. Yeah. We need that.
And it's just beautifully written. Like honestly, it's just like I know that I love the author. He's such a great person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just read it. You will not regret it.
Please.
You
read any of our suggestions.
You might cry a little bit. But
just a little.
It's worth it. So it's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all. Thank you for joining us. And you can contact us through either our email, which is the.burrow.pod@gmail.com, or again, that's just on our social media sites. On Instagram, which I believe is _Burrow podcast. Our Twitter is the
Burrow Pod, I think.
I think it's just the Burrow Pod.
Yeah.
And also, if you're listening to us on Spotify or any other like podcast streaming sites, then you can watch it on YouTube as well and see our faces.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to, I don't know, give us a review. You can message us. Like we just love talking about all things.
Yeah, exactly.
Just anything.
Or if you want a random. If you want to join us one day, message us. We would love to.
Yeah, we'd love to just speak to people who are just as passionate as us about books or writing. Just anything creative, honestly. We're kind of open to talking to people.
Oh yeah, also now we have a TikTok. We only have 2 so far.
Oh yeah.
Our TikTok is just the Burrow podcast in all lowercase. That's it. Yeah. So tune in next time. whatever we discuss.